What's up, everybody? It's Banky101 coming at you today with a top 8 tips on staying alive longer. So let's jump into it. The top 1 tip is to stay on the outside of the maps. The reason for this is that most action is obviously in the middle, but when you're in the middle of the map, you have all different angles to worry about getting flanked by the players. Right, so stay to the outside and you're going to have at least one side of you that you're not going to have to worry about. There are some maps where there's some, advanced players might, or some players might know about the extra areas to jump outside and flank you that way, but that's far and few. So stay to the sides of the map and you're going to have one less angle for players to come at you from. Number 2 is you want to move around in a gunfight. When you get into a gunfight with another player, you're going to want to learn to jump and slide. You're going to want to jump and shoot. These are skills that you're going to have to work on, but at least you're not a sitting duck just standing there aiming down your sight waiting to get shot. Number 3, one thing you can do is hold down a specific spot. Get into a room or a corner of the map or a certain area of the map where you can watch where different players are coming at you, and you have less of an angles to worry about you. Maybe in a room you might have a doorway and a window that they can come through, but you got 2 walls on both sides, and you can watch those 2 areas. Right, you can watch the door if anybody comes through that. You can watch the window. You can set up a trip mine for one of the areas. And you can hold down that specific spot so you know all the action that's going on in that certain area. Instead of venturing out into other areas where there could be more than likely other people camping, waiting for you to jump into their spot. So number 4, you don't want to use your thrusters and sliders if you don't have to. As soon as you start using your thrusters and sliders, you're going to show up on other people's minimap, which completely gives away your spot and pretty much marks you as a target. Number 5, flanking. So you're going to want to learn the maps. You're going to want to learn the different spawn areas, basically, so that you can maneuver around those areas and come up to the side or behind the player to either get the kill or to get into a gunfight with them and get the kill that way. Number 6, pre-aiming corners. Whenever you're coming up to a corner and you don't have to worry about anybody to the side or behind you, just pre-aim it. You don't know what's behind that corner or who's running around that, and if you already have it pre-aimed, you're going to be able to win the gunfight a lot quicker that way. Number 7, you're going to constantly want to be checking your minimap. You don't need to have an eye on it every second, but every couple of seconds take a look up there, especially if there's a UAV going on or you've just launched the UAV. Check it out, see where people are, if there's anybody close to you. One thing it's going to do, even with the players that aren't showing up on the UAV, is that it's going to give you an idea of where everybody's spawning from and coming from, and you can move to that area. Number 8 isn't a game specific, but we all have the crappy games where basically we are doing crappy. Go in, you completely get annihilated, you're not getting the kills that you want. Put the controller down, take a few minutes, go take a piss, go get something to eat, and just take a break away from the game for a few minutes and then jump back on. You're going to notice that you're going to be refreshed and you're going to be ready to jump into things again. So there you have it, my top 8 tips to help you stay alive a lot longer, increase your kill to death ratio. So why don't you give me a thumbs up, let me know in the comments below if these are going to help you or if you've used them already and they do help you. And until next time.